What's up everybody, welcome back to part 2 of the Mosaic Damascus Dagger. Today we are going to finish, hopefully, this build because next week is Bladeshow. We are going to make the guard and the pommel out of forging bronze. I screwed up already. Having the piece in the forge for the second time forging, and Chris came to me with a question. I forgot to have the piece in the oven, and yeah, it melted. I cooled it off after forging to make it a little softer because copper is the opposite of steel. When you heat it up and cool it down, it gets softer, steel gets harder. And since the main part of bronze is copper, yeah. So welcome to the machining room. So we're gonna surface mill the whole. So we're gonna surface mill. Ernst? So we're gonna surface mill. To get all sides nice and parallel, and then we're gonna mill out the slots. Did I ever tell you that I'm not a machinist? I think this is the, best example for that. The one side is way much deeper than the other one, but I only put like 1 millimeter each pass more, so, and this is like at least like 3 to 4 millimeters deeper than the other one. I thought like, how could this happen? And then I saw that I accidentally pushed on the power feed and it just drove it into, and well, yeah, turning it to the other direction to mill it across, it just broke off because it had no chance. So much material and me pulling in the other direction, it just broke. I will drill through both ends of the hole, turn the piece around and mill from this side so I can clamp the end mill shorter so there's not a lot of vibration so it doesn't break again. I only have one 6mm end mill left, so if this one breaks, I'm fucked. And because I'm a good YouTuber, I of course filmed the drilling of the holes. Anyways. the piece is milled. So the slot is 6mm, the tang is 6.2. So I will polish up this piece of the blade to 400 grit on the belt grinder now, so I can fit it up on the part and see if everything is correct that I've done. And for every machinist out there that is trying to comment that I'm an idiot and I don't know what I'm doing, congratulations, you're completely right. I have no freaking idea what I'm doing, but I'm at least trying. I took some measurements and sketched the layout of the guard onto the piece of forging bronze, and now we're gonna grind it to shape. And it's gonna be a lot of grinding because this is a freaking chunky piece of metal. So the battery ran out while grinding and I didn't notice it. But I ground the rough shape of the guard onto the dagger, so it looks like this right now. So now the next step will be going to the disc grinder and make it perfectly 90 degrees to the sides. But I'll do that tomorrow because it's late at night, and yeah, tomorrow's another day. So see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning on day 6. So for the handle I've decided for this nice piece of micro curl Gigi. Flat this side, cut it to length. We need about 10.5 centimeters for the handle. Then we're gonna take it down to the lathe and be very afraid that it doesn't break apart. Now that the piece is shortened to the length that we need, I marked the center on both sides and I'm gonna drill all the way through, and then we're gonna put it in between the thread and hog material off on the lathe. So you might think right now, Martin, what the hell did you do? I did cut in a 6mm slot for our M6 thread, and then I thinned down the back part of the tang a little bit to make it later on easier to fit to the wood handle. Most pressure on the tang will be this area. Back here, there's not that much pressure. Also, we're gonna soften the back piece right here, because now from welding there's a little stress, and we're gonna heat it up and let it cool down slowly again, like we did after forging, so relieve the stress and make the tang a little softer. So I got an all thread that goes all the way through the block and is secured by some washers and the nuts. I'm gonna cut a small strip off of each side and then gonna put it into the lathe. rough form of the handle is done. So now it is time to polish the whole handle up on the lathe already. I'm gonna do this already on the lathe because now I have it perfectly round in center. So I'm gonna take a very fine file and go over all those skid marks that we still have in the wood, and then we're gonna polish it up with 100, 180, 400, and maybe do a 600 and 1000 too. Handle tapers from 23 mil to 26 mil to 20 mil, so it's a nice Coke bottle like shape. By the way, if you do this yourself at home and anybody ever asks you why you hurt yourself on the lathe by doing this, please don't tell them you've seen that on my channel. This is extremely stupid and extremely dangerous, so keep your fingers safe. Anyways, let's continue. We're gonna use this small piece of forging bronze. We're gonna put a flat on it on the front, drill the hole, cut the M6 thread, and then we're gonna shape the whole thing. Finished on the lathe, and it looks pretty cool so far. Now we'll cut off here with the angle grinder. I'm gonna grind the last shape here. I have this groove back here in the pommel, and I thought this would look cool if I do it in the wood as well. So I got it into the lathe again and laid out this little groove on the handle too. Now that I'm done on the mill and on the lathe, it is now time to fit everything together so everything fits up nicely onto the dagger. So the first thing I will do is open up this hole, because now it's just a round hole all through this block. So let's check it out if everything fits. So we have the knife, we have the guard, we have the handle, and now screwed on, tightened, and we have I'd say 80% finished handle. So this is looking quite good, and I think it fits from size to the blade. The blade looks like a toy for people 18 plus, but the handle is already starting to get shaped. Like, these two are pretty much done, but we have some gaps between the handle and the guard, and also we have a little misfitting here. There's like 0.2 of a millimeter step between those two pieces. I will fit this up now on the belt grinder. I'll set you guys on the overview time lapse starting now. This took me now 1.5 hours. So now everything is nicely fit up. This piece here gave me the biggest struggle of all of them. It wasn't perfectly parallel. The wood and the pommel haven't been perfect parallel. And I didn't see that. So I screwed it on and suddenly it was flipping to a side. And I was like, how? And I studied that piece. I worked on it for ages. But now everything is fitting up nicely. It's gut grinding time. And time for you to like and subscribe. Tomorrow we're gonna start finally on the blade, and yeah, I'm tired. It's 10 p.m. I started at 9 p.m. today. See you tomorrow. So good morning on day 7.
Woo! It's day 7!
Today's objective is the blade. So I marked the lines for the tip, and I have to correct a little mistake that I did before heat treating. I haven't been perfectly on line on this side, so I'm gonna correct everything. And it's time to grind. I'm gonna do a hollow grind. I hate hollow grinds. I hate them a lot. But it would look so good on this piece, so I have to do one, and I hope I don't mess it up. So the fuller is polished. I am tired. This took way too long. But now I'm gonna grind the bevels. Wish me luck. Now it is time for my most favorite part. It's hand sanding time! Woo! And also we have a visitor in the shop today. As you remember Mo, maybe from the vlogs. If you've seen the vlogs, you're the real G.
If you haven't, watch the vlogs.
He's doing a small little project in the background right now that you may be gonna see in like a year or two.
I'm not known for finishing projects on time. Well, it doesn't have to be on time because it's my personal project, but I'm not in a rush.
I was found here. You come around here.
11 p.m. and I finally finished polishing. It took me 4 hours to polish this dagger. But it's one of the best polishing jobs I've ever done. Look at this shiny beauty. So now, finally, at the end of the 7th day, I can finally etch this beauty and reveal its beautiful pattern. The Mosaic Damascus Dagger. Before I show you the detail shots, I already thank you for watching. I hopefully see you in Atlanta next weekend, table 2G. Hope you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Now, B-roll. And for everybody who's wondering, yeah, I already cut myself in the finger with it, before I even sharpened it.